Okay, here we are, sir. One house soup coming right up.
Hold it.
Huh?
The soup smells funny. Who sent you?
Hey, what's up y'all? We're back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mental Agent 1/10 scale FengJiao. And what I gather about this figure, she's from Mental Agent's 1/10 scale toy line, something like Zen Yi Lu. I'll go back and double check that later on, but I'm always on board when it comes to original characters, especially from anime, because I don't have a whole bunch of anime figures that are actually pretty cool in my collection. Before I got her, I didn't really know much about her, but after I did a little bit of research, and apparently she's supposed to be some type of demon hunter or ghost, maybe ghost demon hunter. They don't specify. It gets a little confusing, but looking at her, like, she doesn't give ghost vibes. I think once we get to the accessories, you can see it kind of tie in a little bit more tightly. What initially attracted me to her is going to be her outfit. I really like her character design, and I know I have people in the comments sometimes going, why do you always talk about booty? You always talk about curves. Listen, man, this is a booty and curves channel. Needless to say, she's got some really nice curves. I think what Mental Agent was going for was a female with some sex appeal, and when you look at how well her outfit is tailored and her engineering, I think Mental Agent achieved exactly what they set out to do. I really like her silhouette and the fact that you can get her legs really close together, very sensual type poses. I think the best part about her is obviously going to be her beautiful face sculpt. Those eyes just kind of peer at you. It almost looks like they kind of follow you when you're kind of rotating it back and forth, but I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I love the blush around her cheeks too. If she looks like she's got a little bit of shading on her skin, don't mind that. I did go and buy the Hasuki Nun outfit, and apparently I didn't wash it enough times before I popped it on the figure, so I haven't gotten off all the ink. I'm gonna have to go back and revisit that with some acetone, and do not approve of this booty. I do like how they did the underwear though. It's floaty, it does have a see-through property to it. I think that's really cool. There's no detail under her body except for the bum. It actually looks better without the, never mind. I really like the gold trim around her shoes. It's fabulous. Not the cleanest of paint jobs though, and I'm not sure what the writing on her earrings say, but I do like the gold touch for those as well. They even have some detail on the back, so they did put a lot of detail into this figure. A little soft on the hair sculpt, but you know what I did notice? No matter what pose I put her in, she just looks good.
A little Lana Clayton, a little bit of Amber Heard. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to...
For your accessories, so FengJiao comes with a pretty good spread of accessories. She's got 3 different head sculpts to choose from. She's got 2 different weapons and a pretty good spread of hands. These hands right here could indicate she thinks something is tiny, and they could also serve as your trigger finger hands. These hands right here are a dedicated set for your buck nutty gesture. These hands right here will be your tiger palm super scratch hand. Here we have your damsel in distress or Sailor Moon type magic hand, and then she comes with her Hatsune Miku K-pop heart gesture hands, and I think that's cool they threw those in. I like that it's glued together, and you can pretty much kind of pose her any way you want, and it'll still look pretty cool. She's got 2 alternate heads. One head is where she's smiling, the other one looks like she's kind of bashful, maybe a little bit shy, and then her original head sculpt, she's got kind of like a passive smile on it. One thing I noticed about taking her hair out, that looks kind of funny right there, where she's just all bald headed right there. That's kind of cool. But then she has this little piece inside. I'm wondering if it's just in case you want to take off this one adapter piece right here. You see, you can kind of etch out just a little bit more articulation with that little piece, but I think this one is if you want to put that directly on the ball peg. Maybe I could be wrong. If you know what it's for, please let me know in the comment section below. It might be a little bit too big. I think I would have liked it better if this was engineered a little bit more differently, as on more than one occasion when I'm popping that face sculpt back on, that adapter piece at the neck tends to move the eyes, so you will want to be mindful about that. Luckily, they do give you this nice little piece right here. It is keyed, and you can use that to move around the eyes. I don't know, man. I think this gimmick is so cool. It's almost like an inverted way of moving her eyes around, but not quite. It's definitely not like how it is using a joystick playing a video game. That shit is tricky. Sometimes when I'm moving her head around, I do end up readjusting that toupee as it kind of flops up and down on the head. It's not secured to it, and the face can be detached rather easily too. It's not too bad, but it is something to be noted. I think my favorite accessory from her is going to be her weapons cache box. Is that how you pronounce that? Cache? It was my first time. But I love that it's got a hinge, some magnets, some nice foam in the inside that holds the accessories fairly well. If you hold the door slightly ajar, it's not going to lock in place, so it will kind of clamp down. You do want to be mindful about that, but it doesn't have much paint on it. I kind of wish it had more of a matte sealer or something. It looks really plasticky. And then she has what looks like a baby horse foot. What did I buy? It's kind of interesting how it looks. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of it is, man. I'd imagine if this was a cartoon or something, maybe it'd be some powers. I don't know, maybe the foot talk to her or some shit. It looks like you can see the bone still attached to the hoof too, man. This is I don't know what to say about this. I probably won't be using it that often. And then you come with the saw right here, and I think it looks cool. I like the silver metallic looking part for the blade. It does look very, very plasticky. It looks like it's just like a model kit. There's not much paint on it, and that yin yang symbol looks like it might be a sticker. It might look like it, but it doesn't swivel or move. And then you have what looks like a Target tape dispenser or something, like one of those ones you might find if you're working in back room at Walmart. And I think that's kind of cool. It comes with something like that. I've definitely never seen an accessory like that. And you got these rolls right here, which looks like some scrolls or something. There's an adhesive part on it. This is actually a sticker that I kind of wrapped around it. So I mean, I'm not sure exactly like if they could have did that any better, but the wheel part of it actually does rotate. So I thought that was really awesome right there. And I mean, I don't know what to make of it. I guess she casts a spell on somebody and she uses this to send them to the other world or something. Interesting little effect. I think it would have been better if I was able to pose this strip in some way. So I mean, I went and tried to put a small little wire in between the tape part. I mean, it's starting to come out, so it's not exactly the best look. I think maybe I gotta glue it or something. It would have been better if it was able to bend and stay in place. That would have been awesome. And when it comes to the articulation for FengJiao, I would say these companies are getting a little more innovative in the way that they're introducing these different gimmicks and stuff. She's got this soft torso piece, that silicone type of material. It might be a little harder than silicone, but it moves just the same, so you can get some really good attitude out that neck. And she's got some pretty good tilt too at the head range. Going up, it's not going to be as good, but looking down, it's going to be really nice. She's got a nice circular motion at those shoulders. As you can imagine, you do get a shift motion right there as well. Quick adjustment for the toupee, but her arms, I would say, is my favorite part about her articulation. I mean, when you feel them in hand, they do feel kind of fragile, like really, like you could just break those easily. You do want to be mindful about that, but as far as the movement, it feels so nice. It's so fluid. You just get a swivel at the biceps, nice little bend at the elbows, and universal hinge at the wrist. When it comes to the hips, I would say that's the part where it gets a little more next level engineering. So you got a ball that's shaped like an L. At the end of it, you got another ball, so you can kind of adjust it up and down. You can shift it, you can rotate it in and out, and then you can move at the hips and the thighs as well. So this is a very interesting look. It can get super gappy, like just straight messy, but I think the way that they overall did it, you can kind of hide away a lot of it, and you can still get some nice closed leg poses as well as your splits. So, and I do like the nice natural curve at her knees, but I really wish she had some double joints right there. That would have took this figure over the top. Because of the design, her feet is really small, so it kind of helps with the overall look of her, but it does not help when it comes to balancing this figure. So most of the time you're going to need a stand for it, so that's a little bit unfortunate. And even though there's a cut at her lower torso, that part does not want to move, so it looks like you're mostly going to get it at this hinge right here. They put a hinge on her torso. That is interesting. It's also accompanied by a ball at the top of it, so you can get some side to side just a little bit, and it doesn't really assist too much with that ab crunch going forward. Though going back, she goes back a pretty good amount. Think if her whole torso was of that silicone material, that would have gave her more range, and that would have been pretty cool. And as you can see, because of that material, the only drawback is you get this spring type of function at her neck, so you're gonna have some limitations as far as that head as well. For your size comparison, here we have her next to a McFarlane Wonder Woman figure, your King Toys female dragon. I can't remember her name. We got a figure from Revoltech, Hasuki, and your Marvel Legends Mary Jane. As you can see, compared to these other figures, FengJiao is massive. She's almost as big as a McFarlane. I'm not sure what made the company go with that size scale. I don't know, maybe it had something to do with how they did the hips, but I don't know, it's something new. I mean, you're either with it or you're not. We have her next to a Kit Bash Joy Toy figure with the AliExpress head sculpt, your Snail Shell Sayori, and your Buzzmaw City Hunter figure. And lastly, here we have her next to your Storm Collectibles Balrog, your SH Figuarts Naruto figure, your Corner Bar Series CC, your PW Toys Men in Black figure, and your Kotobuki Zero model kit. She does also come with a stand. I don't know where this footage went. She also has a couple of these stickers here. I've used all the ones on this one. I used it to decorate her cachet or her box, and then you have some stickers right here. I saw one picture where a guy put one of the stickers on the middle of her forehead. So final thoughts on the Mental Agent Studio FengJiao figure. I think this figure overall is a very fun figure. Like, just to pick her up and fool around with, she's very cool. The big drawback for me, I think, just with handling her is going to be you're going to need a stand in pretty much most poses. And I do wish her knees, I think those are pretty much the biggest things, and like her head range looking up. For her look, I would say she's definitely one of the more notable type faces that we are getting as far as anime offerings from each company. I'd say she looks exceptionally pretty in the face, exceptionally nice. I'm going to give her a 8.9 for her look. For accessories, I think given the price, she's not really that expensive, and I think she comes with a pretty good spread for what the offering is. She doesn't come with any effect pieces, so that would have set this figure over the top. and for some reason she didn't come with any fist hands, but she does come with a stand, so I'm gonna give her an 8.9 for her accessory. For articulation, I would say she was almost spot on. If it wasn't for that knee range, she could have used double joints, even though I do enjoy that arch very well. That ab crunch, that ab crunch could have used some work, and especially looking up as far as that head goes. But other than that, she is super fun. I might have to give her an 8 for her articulation. For her quality, I really like her shoulder move, and there's a lot of tension right there, but her elbows, her knee joints, and especially her ankles, they're all pretty loose, so I'm gonna have to give her a 7.9 for her quality. If you're asking if I recommend this figure, do you need it? No, you don't really need it, but I don't think you would necessarily regret getting her. So yeah, final score, I'm gonna give her an 8.5. Are y'all this video? I love a like. If not, I catch you in the next one. Peace.